everyone doing today? It's Saturday, May 7th, 2017, and although it's spring gobbler season here in PA, we're not allowed to hunt on Sundays for big game. So instead, I have a tree stand down in here that I moved a few weeks ago. I moved it about 20 yards or so, and I'll get into why I did that here in a minute. But beyond that, we're going to do a little bit of tree stand site prep, little strategies on what you can do around your tree stand to improve the habitat. Now, I can't do everything on this property. I'm not allowed to do things like hinge cutting. And if you have property that you are allowed to do something like that on, then I suggest that you do, because it's a very, very effective strategy. But beyond that, there's some other little tips and tricks that I can show you today as to what we're going to do to try to get the deer to funnel more past our stand and have us better results here coming up in the fall. So let's go check it out. Okay, so here's our first step in our strategy. We have the field over here, which typically is a rotation of corn and soybeans. Next to the field edge here, you can see my dripper right up there in the tree. This is one of the mock scrapes that we have. I'm not going to worry about clearing that out till about midsummer. That's when we usually start working those, and I'll do a different video on that. But okay, so we have our field where the deer are going to come to feed, usually in the evenings, early mornings. We have our scrape line for closer to the rut, and then down in here we have my tree stand, and further down in below that is a usual bedding area. Now, this is not the part of the property where we normally shoot our bigger bucks, although there are bigger bucks that come through here, and we had a good bit of rubs in this area last year. There was a lot of smaller bucks, but we also have a lot of does, and this is typically where we see a lot of the does hanging out, is in this swath through here over the hill to the creek bottom is a really heavy bedding area, and they'll also bed in this ravine down here and funnel up. So the strategy is going to be, I want to clear a nice path from the field down in, and then open the leaf cover up around my tree stand so that the natural foliage, forage and everything can grow up and everything around the stand. So since deer like to transition and they come up from the bedding areas to the field, they typically tend to stage in here, and the goal is to get them to stage down in here where the tree stand is. Now, in the real early season, that works really well, and as an added bonus, a lot of these trees back in here are oaks, so we get that nice mass crop dropping too around middle October, slightly early October. This part of the state, we don't start hunting till October. So, and we've actually had them drop even earlier than that before, but that's typically, this is more like, all this strategy is more for like an early season, you know, get a doe tag punched early, maybe get lucky and have a buck in the area that this is like in his back part of his bedroom or something, and you know, he likes to transition here to the field at night. Here's the stand. Like I said, I moved that a few weeks ago. I was over here, but I was a little tight to where that ridge drops off, and like I said, I can't take out trees and everything, and nor do I really want to. I want those hemlocks to stay. So what I was finding was, when I was over there in that tree, deer would funnel up through this way, but a lot of times they come up over here and kind of come up this way, and I didn't really clear any shooting lanes out beyond 40 yards, and they were more like 50-60 yards from where that stand was. So I'm splitting the difference this year and moving here so that I got this side of the where they come up covered, and I have this area over here where I typically see them coming up to covered. So what I want to do is clear a lot of this leaf cover off in this area around my stand. You know, talked about the fact that we have the mass trees and everything, that's great. And then what I'm also going to do is a lot of these sticks and everything you see laying down and stuff, I'm going to find an area where we have a good bit of like deadfall already, like right here, and I'm going to pile all that up to make some bedding cover. You know, try to entice the deer that when they come off of the field up here, that they don't have to go all the way down to feel secure. Maybe they only need to come 40 yards or so in the morning and they want to take a break, and they're right there, right next to the stand. We'll find out in the fall if this pans out or not, but that's pretty much the gist of what I'm trying to do today. Clean this up, get that natural ground cover growing, something for them to eat, and also provide cover for them to feel secure. You know, there's that rock over there, could pile some stuff up and beyond the edge of that to create like a place to lay. You know, I want to encourage them, especially in the evenings, to come up in and maybe instead of coming up just at dark and staging up along the field edge, they come up a little bit earlier and they have something to graze around in here on before the acorns fall and after they fall, and to kind of hold them here. Because morning entries in here, you can get away with it, but you have to come super early in case you bump something. Now if I come in the afternoon like I am right now and everything's bedded down, it's going to be nice and easy to sneak in, get in the stand, and then wait for something to come up. Now as I get a little bit further up from this area, when I clean it up, I'm just going to try to like rake myself a path maybe like 3 or 4 feet wide. And the only thing that's going to do really is minimize the amount of noise I make as I'm coming down in. Now this is something that, because of the wind and everything, you have to keep up on as the season comes close. So if you, I got a camera right over here, maybe I come every 6 weeks to check my camera. I bring my rake with me, clean up any areas that might need cleaned up real fast, try to be very low impact. But the reason I want to do this in May, and the reason I move most of my stands and everything at this time of year, aside from turkey hunting, is because I want to have it done well before season even starts. I don't want to come in here a couple weeks before and cause all kinds of commotion and noise and leave my scent. That's a big deterrent for the deer to be like, hey, something don't seem right here, you know, there's a human presence, I'm going to get out of here. And it will happen. Now, I do understand that you guys that hunt public land in this state, and I'm not sure about other state laws, but here in PA, you only are allowed to put your tree stands up 2 weeks before the season starts, and they have to be down 2 weeks after. And in that case, you're probably better off doing like a run and gun style than putting a permanent one in. But for hunting on private property, we're allowed to have our stands up year round. So I want to take advantage of that and get everything done real early so that I'm not giving them deer an education as to what I'm doing, because deer are a very smart animal, and if you tip them off, they will disappear. So let's go ahead and get started cleaning up. I'm going to let the cameras run while I'm doing that a little bit just to get some footage, and we'll show you the results when it's all said and done. Alright, well, the work's done for the day. I got a good little area cleared out here around the tree stand, and I got my trail going out to the field cleared out. Like I said, I'm going to go check some cameras now, and I'll probably give this about 6 weeks, maybe 5 weeks, come back, check the cameras again, bring the rakes back in, do some more touch up, maybe do some more piling up, obviously be checking the camera again, doing all this well before the season starts. I want this all done at all my stand locations before it's anywhere near the time to start deer hunting. Just to give you a quick look at what we got here. Step back this way a second, and there's the sticks to the stand right there. I got it started right here, coming across this area, all the way up through there, and then my path going out to the field straight up that way. So hopefully this pans out in the end. You can see over there where I got everything piled up, all the sticks and stuff. Make a nice little spot for a deer to bed behind if they ever choose to. Can't tell them what to do, but you can kind of do subtle things and maybe help that happen. And then, you know, like I said, I'll come back up in here in a few weeks and cleared out some more. I got some more deadfall up there that I can pile some more stuff up for some more cover. Get all the stuff that's brushed around. And for those that like to do it, I don't know if I'll do it at this location or not because I do have the oaks, but if you cleared enough of this off and you came through and you put some fertilizer down and broke the soil real good, you could put some of that like low shade throw and grow food plot mix, excuse me, down to give additional food. But I think the natural stuff that's going to grow here along with the oaks and the quiet path leading into the tree stand and everything is going to do this site just fine. And hopefully this fall we'll tag a deer on it. So if you like what you watched here, please give us a comment, subscribe if you like. We would really appreciate it. Even if you dislike what we did, we'll take positive comments that are not maybe in agreement with us. Just keep it clean, please. We don't want our page all dirtied up with foul language and all that stuff. So let us know your thoughts. Click the subscribe button, and we'll be making more videos throughout the year for you. So take care.